Welcome back everyone, it's your boy Chris Mo with another video. Hopefully everyone's doing well. It's the end of the first month and I thought I would give you guys an update on what's going on with everything that I do. As you may or may not know, I actually have some passive income that I've been working on for a while now. Besides selling construction services, I own an ATM business because, as we all know, if I want to reach financial independence, I can't solely rely on just my active income. I need to be making money while I'm not working. I need to have some passive income. That way, I'm not worrying about bills or having to pay for any expenses that may come up in the future. So about 2 years ago, I actually got into the ATM business. I was able to save my money and buy an ATM route that consisted of 4 ATMs. And since then, I was able to double my ATM route to 11 machines in nearly just a couple of years. Now, I'm actually really happy that I did save my money and buy this ATM route because now it's a cash cow where it allows me to bring in passive income without me rarely having to work it. Now, it's not a lot of money, but to some people, this can actually be life-changing money. At least for me, I know it is. So for those of you looking to get into the business, hopefully this video can give you an idea of how much money you can possibly generate from getting into the ATM business. Now, for the month of January, I was actually able to generate about $1,500 off of my ATM machines, and this is after expenses, meaning after I paid for my connection fees, my gas fees, for paying off the owners. This is net profit that I actually keep into my pocket. So the way I keep track of my ATM profits is by putting everything into an Excel sheet. Yeah, I know it's a little bit of old school, but it works for me. I go ahead and write down the name of all my ATM machines, and every single month I download the monthly transactions that they make. Each machine can bring in a certain amount of money. There are machines who are a little bit slower than others and others that bring in a lot more profits. Not every machine is the same, but every single month I go in here and I put in my Excel's numbers and see how much money I generate. Now, as you can see here, some of my machines did really good this month and it allowed me to generate $1,500 in passive income, which is actually not too shabby. And I know for a lot of people this may not seem like a lot of money, but $1,500 goes a long way for me. At least it pays for all my expenses, and my expenses are not that high, so it allows me to counterbalance my income to expense ratio. See, one thing that I tell everyone is if you want to get to the next level, you have to learn the language of money, meaning you can't be spending your money on dumb things like shoes, cars, expensive meals, expensive clothing, or even $5 coffees. You have to learn to save your money. Most people don't realize that you can blindly kill your investment opportunities by spending your money carelessly. I know that I'm blessed with the kind of money that I make from my main source of income, which is selling residential construction. However, I'm not done with my money. I learned the language of money and learned that in order for me to reach the next level, I have to save my money in order to make better investments. I've explained this in several different videos where you have to learn to control the two variables of money: income and expenses. You have to learn to increase your income and lower your expenses. That way your options when it comes to investments can vary. You see, my job allows me to have a good income, but it's not steady. There's months where I can make $4,000 a month and there's months where I can make $20,000 a month, but it's unknown because I'm on a commission-based pay scale. I'm not like most people where I know how much money I'm gonna make every single month, which for a lot of people can be scary, but it works for me because it allows me to work based on my performance. However, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that it isn't hard, because it is. There are times where my job is really stressful, when every salesman knows that you go through a dry spell where you have these doubts in your mind that you don't know when you're gonna make the next sale. And luckily for me, I learned this at a really early time in my career, where I know being on a commission pay scale, my next sale is not guaranteed unless I really perform. And that causes a lot of stress on my mind. It causes a lot of doubt, and it puts me in a position where most people don't like to be at. Fortunately, I figured this out early, where I'm able to keep my expenses low, where that stress doesn't cause too much pain to my mental health. And And what most salespeople don't know, when you have a lot of stress coming from outside sources, that can actually kill your performance on your next sale, on your next appointment, and cause you to underperform and not make the money that you really want. I learned to keep my expenses low because my income is not secured the next month. And I also learned that I have to find multiple ways to make money in order to not cause myself so much stress, which is why I invested into my ATM company. Now, my expenses, when it comes to fixed expenses, are really low. Like, my biggest expense is just $1,000 in rent. After that, my second biggest expense is going to be my 2 cars that I'm currently paying on. With insurance and everything, it comes out to another $1,000. So in total, I pay about $2,000 in fixed expenses that I have to pay every single month. From then, I have gas, which I pay a lot in since I'm always traveling, which is about another $400. And then I add food. Besides that, I don't keep a budget like most people do, because in my mind, I learned that I need to keep my expenses anywhere from $3,000 all the way up to $4,000. Anywhere from there is what I spend on a monthly basis. Besides these things that stay in my expense columns, everything else is extra. I try to live a frugal lifestyle majority of the time. And I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I'm doing it all the time, because there are times where I like to enjoy myself and spend money on fancy dinners, spend money on vacations, but that's not all the time. It's very few times. Majority of the times I'm watching what I'm spending, because when I do this, I'm able to keep my expenses low. And when you think about it, if my income is up here and my expenses are down here, there's a big, huge gap. If I like to really think about it, majority of the time I'm saving anywhere from 20 to 50% of my income every single month, which is almost insane, because most financial advisors say that saving 20% is already an overkill. But I like to overdo it because my income is not secured every single month. There's months where I can make almost nothing, and I don't like to cause that mental stress on my health, on my mind, and my performance, because it's just gonna go down a route that I don't wanna go down. Nonetheless, this is the formula that I used in order to purchase my ATM company. High income, low expense. You can use this exact same formula to do anything in regards of investments. This is it. This is the secret formula when it comes to getting to the next level. And it's the same formula that I'm gonna continue to use to grow my income. Save, 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 and invest. That's the formula. My ATM business isn't cheap. You see, there's a lot of rumors in this business where you can go ahead and buy a location, put a machine in there, and you'll make anywhere from $500 to $1,000 per location. And it doesn't work that way. These are gurus telling you and selling you the dream. There are times where you're gonna get a location and it's gonna underperform. I have machines where they only make $40 a month, and I have machines where they make over $600 to $700 a month. But not all machines are the same. In this business, it's all a variable. And the really thing that's the most important is location, location, location. And it's a numbers game, meaning you have to have a lot of machines in order to make the income that you want. And with each machine comes different income requirements. You're not gonna get rich off of one ATM, which is why I've scaled my ATM business from 4 machines all the way up to 11 machines. It's all a numbers game. So it's a matter of just saving your money, investing it, and trying it and seeing what sticks and what doesn't. You're not gonna get it right all the time. But besides that, guys, hopefully this helped you guys out a lot. And if you were trying to get into the ATM business, hopefully this gave you some insight of how much money you can possibly make in this business. Remember, you're not gonna get rich off of one ATM. And if you have any questions whatsoever, leave them below in the comments. And if you found value, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.